I don't know if you can read this because of the glare, but it says the Boonton Railroad Station. The DL&W Railroad built this prairie-style station in 1904. Passenger trains served the growing commuter population. Freight trains delivered coal to heat homes and power local mills, then departed with products headed to market. Morris County Heritage Commission. It's on the New Jersey Register of Historic Places and the National Register of Historic Places. The Boonton Station, 1904. Now this is now a restaurant. And I don't see signs for the actual station, and I hope they don't mind if I walk up to see where the station is. Prairie style with the large overhanging eaves, 1904. Maybe Frank Lloyd Wright was starting to design the prairie style then. You think of him as a little later, but so this is what used to be the platform, and maybe it's further down, and I don't even know if you can walk straight from here to there, but here's this really cute restaurant in the old station, and that's the outbound side with stained glass windows, no less. Those people are walking downstairs like they can walk down and come up into the restaurant like you could do back in the day. An old caboose. I see what looks like a high-level platform down there. Let's see if we can walk down to what is the modern station. Here's what I'd like to have. A nice private car to ride the rails, do some exploring, rather than having to drive parallel to the railroad to see it at different spots. I'm thinking the station has to be down here because this is closer to the downtown. We're really on the fringe of downtown Boonton. It's where the sun is, and going up the hill. It's quite a dramatic looking town. I'm going to try to film it after this from the car. It's walkable. It's a long commercial stretch. So it would actually make for kind of a long video. So let's say if you wanted to go from the restaurant to the actual station, it's not that easy. Let's see. The gate is open. This is a little high-level platform for handicap access. So this part of the station is actually on a little bit of a curve. So fortunately this gate is open and not locked. It's looking up the stairs. So the new station is not on the National Register of Historic Places like the old station. So the Morris Canal, that's what this is meant to depict, and maybe that's the Rockaway River flowing down into it. Rockaway River comes through here. So this is another bright sunny shot. So there's a little station building, shelter, with a ticket vending machine. That's what you get now. And it's just a single track line. There was 2 tracks, or there were 2 tracks. I'm trying to see if I guess you have to walk up the steps on the eastern side of the station. I don't know whose responsibility is the bridge that goes over the railroad. I forget, like sometimes I know in New York State, half the bridges, if the railroad goes over a road, one party is responsible, and if it goes under a road, the other party is responsible. And in one of those cases, the railroad is responsible, but I'm not sure which is the case. So we'll go up these rusting steps. Look back over. There's the Boonton Historical Society Museum.
I know, I love it.
Get a little peek of downtown. Just looking back down over the track. So this is just the beginning of the downtown. It really goes for, 3/4 of a mile up the hill. So you can hear, maybe you can hear traffic in the background. It's 287 whizzes right by, and most people don't know that this historic town is right here, right by the highway. All right, a lot of people coming into town for dinner. We'll take a look at Boonton one more time, going up the street. Through the fence here, this is the old staircase that used to go down to the platform. So we're on the opposite side of the main station from the tracks. I just want to see if we can go down underneath the tracks, like I saw some people do, and then see if that brings us right up into the station itself, or the restaurant itself. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe it's open. Or maybe it's just for the workers. Let's see. So I'm gonna go right through the station, through the restaurant. So this goes underneath the track.
right? We'll see. They said that they wouldn't sign us.
Oh, that was the reception area. Well, they've done a great job of keeping this building alive. Boonton Station, 1904. In Boonton, New Jersey. Let's take a quick look at downtown Boonton on the main street as we climb up the hill from the Boonton Station. And the level that Highway 287 is at. And it just gets more interesting as we drive further up the hill. There's an old theater here. And an interesting old house. It has a downtown that seems like it's for a bigger town. I don't know what the population of Boonton is, but I think it's 20,000 or less. So we'll continue looking at the stores and restaurants as we go up the street. Some of the streets rising up go steeply up the hill. The Rockaway River is over to the left. With the sun to our back and the Rockaway River below us on the right, we'll go through downtown Boonton, heading east. So I was trying to show you some of the highlights. There was an opera house and an old theater and a good-looking Thai restaurant. Since the street is kind of narrow, there's not a whole lot of opportunity for outdoor dining from what I've seen. But an interesting place to check out in western New Jersey, Boonton, on the Montclair-Boonton line.